Hi you guys, this is Dr. Susan. Just wanted to introduce you to Iggy. This is Iggy. He's a 5-year-old green iguana male that I sort of rescued out of a pet store when he was about, probably 6 months old, and he was about a foot long. Now look at him. He's just huge. He is just huge. I don't know if you can see his tail hanging down or not. No, it's around the corner there. I'll show you in a minute. But anyway, he is probably the most spoiled iguana in the world. My baby boy. Look at him. See, he's starting to shed. See that right there? That's his eardrum, right there. And when they shed, you're not really supposed to pull this skin off, let it kind of fall off on its own. They shed frequently. This thing right here is sort of a plate of armor. This is not his ear. People always ask me, what is that thing? And that's actually a plate of armor because he's a male, it's more pronounced, kind of like jowls on a tomcat. And it sort of protects his neck from fighting with other iguanas. Isn't he amazing? Just look at this thing. Look at him. Oh, he's just so handsome. He's never done a thing wrong in his whole life. He's pretty ferocious, isn't he? Now, actually, he's pretty mellow most of the time. But these males go through a heat cycle. They go through a hormone surge probably once every few months or so. And I got to tell you, they become horribly aggressive. And they come after you. And you got to have a healthy respect for them because they bite and they whip with their tail. Their teeth are very, very tiny, and they're like razors, and they shred lettuce. But let me tell you something: they can give you a wound that needs stitches, and then their tail can, I've heard, could break bones. Now I don't know what bones they'd break, but the tail is probably a couple feet long, and he can whip with it, and it's kind of like a bicycle chain. Anyway. Isn't he just, what a creature, you know? What an amazing looking creature. Let me step back here so you can kind of see him. And look at this getup he's in here. Like I said, he's the most spoiled iguana in the world. Can you hear the parrots in the background? They're in a separate aviary right adjoining this. Okay, now I have a salad that I'm going to, look at him. Now when they bob their head like that, they're not nodding their head in agreement, okay? What that means is that's their way of kind of defending their territory. The males do it. And when you see an iguana do that, give it some respect and maybe, I'm kind of an idiot, so I'm going to pet him anyway. Let's see if he'll let me do it. Look at him. He kind of knows me. I've been handling him for a really long time, so he knows he's sort of stuck taking it. And notice my hand is approaching him from behind. I just have a way of handling him and stuff. But look at these muscles on him. I don't know if you can see this. This is his dewlap, by the way. This thing here has a little piece of cartilage in it with a muscle. And it has the ability to go down like this, and then he'll bring it up like that in attempt to looking bigger. That's his way of looking bigger and sort of defending himself, and he communicates with this thing. That's what that is. Isn't that weird? Look at it. Gosh. But look at these muscles on him. Look at this. He's pretty buff, isn't he? And look at these spines. Yeah, see, he's sort of shedding, and they've got this outer thing, so we're just going to leave him alone. One other thing I was just going to mention about him is he's got a third eye on the top of his head. You got to see this. Let me see if I can get a shot of this here. Where is he? Yeah, no, he's not going to let me. Well, no. There's a little tiny jewel of a third eye right there by my index finger. It's almost kind of pink. It looks like a little tiny jewel. And it's a rudimentary eye. And what that means is it can't see, but it detects heat. And it can tell when a predator is up above. So he's watching you. Oh, I know. I get a kick out of this. I can't help it. I just think he's just such an unusual creature, and what a wonderful specimen he is. I just think that these guys, everybody's terrified of them, and, or they think they're gross or something. And, well, yeah, probably are, but you know what? Who cares? I think they're just another one of God's creatures, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, here we go. Here's his tail. Oh, he's probably going to bite me when I do this. Oh, my gosh. Look at the size of this tail. Look at it. Okay, there he is. starting from the head, working its way down. Yeah, now he's mad. He's bobbing his head at me. Look, he doesn't like that at all. How would you like to get whipped by that? He's never done it to me. Look at how it goes down. Sorry if this camera's moving around a lot. Obviously, I'm an amateur at this. Okay, now I'm going to give him some food. So let's go down here. Hopefully, yeah, I'm sure he's hungry. He usually eats every day. Okay, here we go. Oh, boy. I run, so my knees are kind of on the blink here. Okay, here's his salad. This, like I said, pretty spoiled here. See if he'll eat it. Iggy, would you like a little salad, my baby boy? Oh, yeah, he's hungry. Look at him. Oh, did you get your dewlap caught under the salad? There he goes. Look at him. Now, this iguana, what happened was he disappeared out of here a couple of years ago. And he went 3.5 miles as the crow flies. He was gone for 7 weeks. And somebody found him. A friend of mine was driving down the road way out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, there were no houses, hardly anything. There was an orchard out there. And they found him. Some migrant workers' kids had found him in an orchard, sitting on a rock right next to an orchard. And he had been eating apricots and drinking out of the irrigation lines. And they found him out there. And they were trying to sell him on the side of the road. I had to buy him back for $100. Can you believe it? Anyway, I got him back, and that's why I built this thing. This huge cage that he's in. Because, you know, I just wanted to do it, I guess. I don't know. I'm kind of crazy. Look at him. Okay, well, that's Iggy.